Matt LaFleur, I want to start with this because we all can agree it's Aaron Rodgers week, right?
Yes.
It's
that bitter rivalry against the Pittsburgh Steelers from Super Bowl 45. Just haven't gotten over it, Jim. Still harboring that resentment as a Packers fan.
all right.
I'm being ironic.
I was going to
I
say
swear, I
because
swear.
they won, so that didn't really make sense.
Yeah, thank you.
I would say for this, it's all about Aaron Rodgers. And to pretend otherwise, if you're a fan and you want to pretend otherwise, fine. I know you're full of crap. Like, these games matter. You want these. Like, I could have pretended all I wanted that, like, I didn't want the Bears to beat the Commanders with the Monday Night Football game. But I wanted that bad because they won on the Hail Mary, and I wanted redemption, and it felt really good that they won. Nobody asked me, so it didn't come up. But
nobody cares.
Nobody cares, Molly. And then
your point is a valid one, Jim.
in this case, I'm just going to call BS on anyone who's like, I don't care that it's Aaron Rodgers. I just need the win. I'm going to call you a liar straight up, including Matt LaFleur, because Matt LaFleur, I don't know why he needs to do this kabuki dance of like, oh, I don't care. It's just another game, but it's just a team that is wearing the opposite colors. Do we have this LaFleur audio? All right, this is just asinine.
The Pittsburgh Steelers, who happen to have Aaron Rodgers. I mean, it's as simple as that. That is for you guys to talk about. Granted, I mean, we've got a lot of respect and love for Aaron. I mean, what he's done here, I mean, he's a Hall of Famer. And I know, like, our past together, we had a lot of great moments. But this game is not about that. It's about going to Pittsburgh, Sunday Night Football. Our guys will be jacked up. Their guys will be jacked up. It's about the Green Bay Packers versus the Pittsburgh Steelers. And that's for you guys to talk about all those other storylines.
No, it's about the Green Bay Packers versus Aaron Rodgers. Like, the fact that Matt LaFleur is trying to pretend like this game doesn't matter and it's just another game versus an AFC opponent. No, that is not the case. You care
Molly,
so much about this.
It doesn't even count against our seed in the NFC. It's a non-conference game.
That is literally him just prefacing that if Aaron Rodgers and the Steelers kick the Packers' ass. Saying, well, it doesn't actually matter.
Adam and Madison chimes in. It's all about Rodgers. We can stop him from joining the Beat All 32 Club.
The what?
The Beat All 32 Teams Club.
Oh, gotcha. Why has he beaten all 31
I think
31 other teams?
He's got to have beaten at least 30.
He's got to be close. He's played
close.
for 50 years now.
I think there is probably at least one other team that he hasn't beaten, but by adding the Packers to that list,
Right.
it would be a requirement. This would be his only opportunity in his career.
That is
assuming
crazy.
he doesn't play again.
The only thing that would add more juice to this, and I just wish this game was in Green Bay. It would be so much juicier,
God, yeah.
such a bigger
It'd
storyline.
be crazy.
Because I don't know about you guys, but Jim, obviously, but I'm nervous about going into Pittsburgh. I'm nervous about this team going into Pittsburgh. I think that the fans are going to be juiced up. However, I will say, for Matt LaFleur's argument, this game doesn't matter to Pittsburgh Steelers fans, I don't think.
Oh, that's fair. I mean, they need to win. I'm doing a quick Google search here. Rodgers has become the 5th quarterback in NFL history to beat all 32 teams.
Yeah, I'm seeing that same as per Google AI, so take it with a grain of salt.
I'm
Who
pro
are the other
ChatGPT,
quarterbacks?
but
Jimmy
Tom
said
Brady?
the other 5.
this does not give me the other 5. It just says there's 5.
I also thought you said 3, so I apologize.
Do your own research, Molly. You pull up your ChatGPT and type it in.
I will.
844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more. Our Signing Unlimited poll question: is Sunday's game just another game for the Packers franchise? 844-770-3776. That's the Cardinals Talking text line. List is more. That's our Signing Unlimited poll question: is Sunday's game just another game for the Packers franchise? The LaFleur trying to say it's just for you guys is honestly the biggest line of crap anyone's tried to feed us in a long time. Why can't anyone own anything? Like, if I could, I would just tell him the proper way to do this press conference.
Tell us, PR Jim.
Are we ready for a PR Jim?
Oh, that's a thing?
Class is now in session.
A good teacher. He really seems to care.
What?
About what, I have no idea.
When did you get
Welcome
this?
to PR 101 with your professor, Big J, Jim Rutledge.
No.
Molly,
no.
listen to Big J.
Why are you called the Big J?
You've never heard of the term
Big
like
J journalist, I know.
Exactly.
Yeah, they call me
Because he's
Big.
teaching us PR,
Yeah.
you know,
You
mass
know people call me
communications.
Big J?
I will not call you Big J, and I don't know if anybody else wants to.
You better call me Big J, Molly. All right.
Big
That sounded
Jimmy.
really silly.
Big Jimmy. Perfect.
Jim Rutledge.
Jim,
Big Jimmy Rutledge has this to say.
What should Matt LaFleur have said?
Matt LaFleur, if I'm Matt LaFleur, it's like obviously this is going to be a major storyline. Aaron Rodgers had a Hall of Fame career here with the Green Bay Packers. He's still playing. A lot of storylines to be in this. We're going to do our best to keep our players focused, but we have to acknowledge that playing Aaron Rodgers is going to mean a lot for these players, and the objective here is to keep them focused on the game and not getting too amped up where they make mistakes of being too excited. We need them to somehow find that balance of getting that edge to want to go out there and beat their old teammate, because that's always fun, but also they want to keep everything in check so they don't get too excited and try to do too much. So that's what we'll walk this week, but I don't have any ill will towards Aaron Rodgers. The Packers organization doesn't have any ill will towards Aaron Rodgers, but I'm sure these players would love the chance to beat a teammate. It's always fun to beat a teammate and have that trash talk you can do against them.
I think you could, I was going to say, I think you could do the whole, it'll be fun to play against him. Like that kind of spin on it. I think that's fun. However, just thinking about it, like how many players on this actual team were on the same team as Aaron Rodgers? That's the only thing where I'm almost, now that I'm thinking about this, like I feel like it's more so Jordan Love probably wants to beat him, because why wouldn't you want to beat the guy who mentored you essentially? Matt LaFleur wants to beat him. Brian Gutekunst wants to beat him. Who else? Like, who else on this current Packers roster?
How do you think Romeo Doubs feels about Aaron Rodgers?
Well, they were weird when they were together.
They were.
Because that whole thing was, well, I don't really talk to him outside of, like, football.
Yeah, because
right?
Dobbs, I mean, he had like one comment saying that they didn't get along great or that Rodgers didn't talk to him much. And
the way that Rodgers treated his receivers was not great on the you but also, Aaron Rodgers was 39 and Romeo Doubs was 23.
Something like that.
You're going to be in different points of your life.
So you're going to run through some of the guys who are on the team at the same time as Rodgers, Jim?
Yeah, so Rashawn Gary,
Elton Jenkins.
Elton Jenkins, yep. But I'm trying to think defensively. Nixon, did he overlap with him or not?
Keyshawn Nixon probably would have been there for, I think, because he would have been there starting his career as a return man, I believe.
Okay.
LVN?
LVN, no. He was drafted after him.
Wow, that feels weird.
But this isn't, and again, Carter chimes in. You think Edgerrin Cooper is worried about seeing his old teammate? Oh, wait, they never played together, just like half the guys. It's about beating a juggernaut team. For yes, it's about Rodgers. For fans, yes. I'm sorry, Carter. It matters. The Packer players are not idiots. If it matters this much for the fans, because then you would say this, rivals don't exist, right? Like if a team had a big changeover, like are the Bears and Packers not rivals now because Ben Johnson's a new coach there? So what is he, he doesn't have any history. Like there is history between Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers organization. Organizationally is where rivalries live. That's the point of rivalries. So it's about the organization. If you don't think Coach LaFleur and this team is playing into we can't go lose to Aaron Rodgers angle smartly. Because as you think about the greatest player of all time in team sports, Michael Jordan, he was trying to find an edge on everything. I would hope that every one of my players on my favorite team is trying to find that edge to push themselves to without going over. I don't think anyone on this team is going to do anything extra. I don't think anyone on this team is going to do anything inappropriate. But I guarantee you that when they played the Cardinals, there's guys on the Packers, whether they played against each other in college or they have family down there or whatever angle they could find, they were finding an angle to get themselves revved up for a game. Go read about what Brian Cox did for the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. Go read about it. I think it was in Sports Illustrated, what he did to amp himself up before a game, what he would tell himself to get himself in the mindset for a football game. So if you don't think that the Packer players, even if they don't fully believe it or have a direct connection to Aaron Rodgers, wouldn't find a manufactured, if it isn't real, edge to try to go out there and stick it to the franchise quarterback, if anything else, they're going to do it for Jordan Love. So if you don't believe the players want to go against Aaron Rodgers' angle, then do it in the Micah Parsons, Rashawn Gary, Lucas Van Ness, Edgerrin Cooper, Xavier McKinney. They all want to go out there and stick it to Aaron Rodgers to remind everyone that the Packers made the right decision. So do not come on here and tell me the Packer players don't care because they didn't play with Aaron Rodgers. That is a bunch of head in the sand BS. 844-770-3776. That's Carbus Talking text line. List is more.
Do you think they looked at it the same way when the Packers played against the Cowboys? Like doing the same thing for Micah?
I feel like absolutely.
Well, good God, it didn't look like it.
I was going to say, they definitely, leading into the game, I know Jordan Love said himself, like, yeah, it's important for Micah, but for us, it is just kind of another game. For
Well,
the
they're
rest
all
of the
going to
players.
say that. I'll use Mike Vrabel said it's just another game when he went down to New England to play the Titans, but then he put up some stuff kind of haphazardly afterwards on social media. Kind of some cryptic things on social media about sticking it to them. Dennis Allen all week long last week in Chicago as defensive coordinator. I don't care. They win. He's the only one that gets a game ball, and he gives a 30-second speech about resiliency and how you're not wanted somewhere and it's great to be wanted here. Everyone lies. You're not going to actually give the media the red meat. But in this case, the fake PR thing I did from LaFleur, it wasn't giving the red meat. It's just acknowledging the elephant in the building. And the elephant in the building is so you could play the game and pretend, oh, I don't care, it's no big deal, it's just another game. Or you can lean into it and be like, yeah, he played here. We love Jordan Love. We want to beat everyone, but would it be a little extra sweet to beat Aaron Rodgers? Sure. Now, if you don't want to say that, I get it, but do not believe for a second that the players aren't thinking it.
Do you think it's a bigger deal for the Packers franchise or for Aaron Rodgers?
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers.
Did you know that he is actually going to do interviews and a press conference with Packers media on Thursday over Zoom?
That's so fun.
I think it's. I mean, I as a
I think
fan,
that's nice
as
of him.
As someone in the local media, I definitely appreciate it. But it's crazy to think that like another opposing player doing that for any other team.
But like he is important because the storyline matters for this weekend. We can ask Jason, but I know that he loves the storyline for this weekend. We don't even have to ask him the question. I know he already does. So I think that's actually fantastic, and it actually makes me think of Rodgers in a nice little light that he's being nice to the Packers media and to the Wisconsin media because that's pretty cool. That's what they're all going to write their stories about heading into this weekend and after this weekend.
Do you think that press conference is invite only though? You think he's only sending the Zoom link to certain people? Jason Wilde among them? The guys who he has actually a good relationship with? Anyone who's like on his bad side? You're not getting the Zoom link.
Maybe. This
Will he
obviously
show his
means
toe
more.
on this one?
Right. I would say that.
Oh my gosh, that's right.
This game definitely
remember that?
means more.
I do know.
Yeah, this game means more for Aaron Rodgers than the Packers, but the Packers would be fools, and they're not fools. They'd be fools to not find this angle to play up internally because just about every athlete I've known is that they've been the great ones always find something to rile themselves up before a game. And the Packers are going to do it professionally. They're not going to get over their skis. They're not going to get overly emotional. But it would honestly be such a waste of an easy way to get yourself up for a game to not use the Aaron Rodgers angle. Even if you don't fully believe it, you got to use it. But I'll say it like this. If I was a linebacker or a defensive player on the Green Bay Packers defense, I am bringing it all week. I am giving my max focus all week. Another reason to give myself that edge because like every other job, playing in the NFL is still a grind. So every week you got to find something to ramp yourself up for. And for me, if I'm a cornerback on the Packers or whatever position, I am ramped up. I'm not going to do something stupid, but I am wrapped up to be the most focused I can be all week in practice so I can stick it to the quarterback who wanted out of Green Bay, show him that he should miss Green Bay and that we're better off without him.
Quarterback tackler.
If I'm a player on the Packers, that's what I'm trying to do. If you don't want to say it publicly, that's fine, but do not believe the hype when they tell you they don't have motivation to stick it to Aaron Rodgers because when last week I guarantee they had motivation. The week before that against the Bengals, I guarantee they had motivation. They always have some sort of motivation they're finding out there to stick it to someone. So I will say this. The Packers care. They might not tell you about it. And them caring is a good thing. It's a competitive advantage for them. Just like Aaron Rodgers knows this could be a competitive advantage for him. Last thing I have on this. Aaron Rodgers, I don't know. I hold this theory. Aaron Rodgers would not have been as good of an NFL player if he was drafted by the 49ers.
Why is that?
Not just because organizationally, he needed that chip. He needed that fire.
He's a player that plays with a chip on his shoulder.
And that is a counterfactual, which is hard to argue against, which I hate doing, but I think there's a case to it.
There's a very good case for it.
So does that mean he's going to pop off against Packers this weekend, especially because it's Sunday Night Football?
He's 42 years old. Like,
That's
the caveat. 41.
He looked good. Was that last week that he launched that Hail Mary? My goodness.
He had a great game against Bengals. He's
been playing good.
True, yes, it was. By the way, Aaron Rodgers, older than Joe Flacco.
Yep, that is crazy.
So crazy. But it does go to say that the Steelers are a much better franchise and a better team than the Jets were last year. Like, Rodgers has been pretty good this season. Like, he's, I mean, between him or like Jordan Love, like, I don't think there's been like a worlds of difference this season so far. I mean, I think they're very different teams. I think Jordan Love has better like team around him. I think the Packers as a team are still better, and I do still have faith that they should win.
And he's a better play caller. I don't think Arthur Smith's anything.
You're saying Matt LaFleur is a better play caller?
Yes.
Rodgers is a big Arthur Smith fan.
Yeah.
I'm just telling you,
right
he is.
now.
He is right now until they start to lose.
I'm sure it's
Yeah,
because
exactly.
Arthur's like, whatever you want to do, Aaron.
Exactly. It's Nate Hackett. Nate Hackett 2.0.
Who calls him Nate Hackett? Nathaniel Hackett.
Aaron Rodgers called him Nate, I'm pretty
Oh,
sure.
I don't like that.
Couple texts before Molly tells you about a chance how you can go to a Bear-Packer game with us. JJ Ponette says he doesn't really care. He just wants them to win the games because they need this game doesn't even affect their tiebreakers that much, so just a ho-hum game. But he did say if Rodgers was on the Vikings or the Bears, he would care more.
Of course he would care more.
But I'll say
still.
this. You're lying to yourself if you're not going to be
You're going to be happy
burning
as hell the
mad.
second that Micah Parsons smokes Aaron Rodgers. You're going to be so happy.
Even if that's not the
Quarterback
case,
tackler.
if at the end of the game Aaron Rodgers is standing on the field with a big smile on his face after beating the Green Bay Packers, you're going to be pissed.
Yes, you're going to be mad.
Brendan in Tulsa chimes in. Can't tell me LaFleur doesn't want to show Aaron that his success as a coach wasn't just from having Rodgers at QB. This is a big week for Green Bay.
Absolutely.